Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Inter Worldwide in what is going to have to be the tamest of the reactions that I do today, because we are live and we cannot get demonetized. If you want to hear me sound like an absolute tool, you can buy me a coffee once a month and sign up for the membership for 1 month and then cancel. I would say buy me a beer, but where the fuck can you get a beer for $4 in the world these days? All right, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it short. Let's keep it safe. Let's keep it sweet. Big time bottle jobs. Not surprising by any means necessary. Just disappointing. This is what it must feel like to have a kid who's fucking shit. To have a kid, even though like you got a good marriage, you do things right, you've got an extended family support network, you send your kids to a decent school. You're present in their life. You buy them birthday gifts. You buy them Christmas gifts. And then they go and fucking steal a chocolate bar from the service station, even though you gave them $20 of money before you left the house. Sheer arrogance. Sheer disappointment. Sheer, don't worry, it won't happen to me. Even though it fucking happened to you already twice. How soon we forget. How soon we forget that Stefano Pioli, a former Inter manager, went to Milan and won the league at our expense. How soon we forget that the second biggest labeled loser in managers for Italian timelines, Luciano Spalletti, coached Inter. We were never going to win the Scudetto under these managers, by the way. But then he goes and wins it at Napoli. And then we as fans, and I say we loosely because I'm not in that bracket, we as fans wait until April to look at Antonio Conte and go, oh shit, Napoli's close by. Were you born yesterday? Did you start following this league tomorrow? The devil you do know has been sitting on your shoulder all season, and now is the time to react to it. Go and fuck yourself. The way that we have collapsed this season is as embarrassing as it gets. There are no excuses here today. Just uncomfortable truths. You want excuses? Go on Twitter. Go on the dozen Facebook groups. Because everyone's pulling every excuse out of their ass as to why we bottled it. And every excuse is only 98% of the way. Notice how when fans start to make their excuses, there's always a but at the end. Always a what if. Always a just because. F that. Winners win. The winner celebrates. The loser complains. This is what I've been telling Juve fans and Milan fans the last couple of years. So I need to keep this same energy. Because it's the energy that I believe in. When I started this channel, when I started this brand, when I started this podcast, you can actually go back and find evidence of me saying we need to be more like we need to be more like Nunen. We need to be more like Harris. We need to be more like Manchester. We need to behave like a club that wants to set up a dynasty, that wants to dominate. We don't do that. We are complacent. We like to win once and celebrate afterwards. We don't do the whole win yesterday, turn up to training the next day. We do the whole win yesterday, celebrate until it's time to go back to work. Until it's time to go back to work. It's like fucking winning a minor jackpot. You know when you play lotto or you play machines and stuff and you win, but you don't win anything big. You win a minor jackpot, like you win $1,000. What Inter has done after winning the Scudetto is like winning a jackpot worth $10,000 and choosing to take 6 months off work. And then when it gets to the end of the $10,000, you wake up and go, fuck, I better go back to work. That's exactly what this feels like, cuz. Exactly what this feels like. Someone who's not ready to win the lottery. Winning the lottery. Bro, I need to go to some comments or else I'm seriously going to go outside and fucking start throwing rocks at the person mowing the lawn next to me for no other reason other than the fact that they exist next to my house. We've got some regulars in the chat. Ben is here. We had all hopes for a treble, but let's be real with this team. As far as we have got in a competition is a miracle. It's our fault and management for pushing for all three. 100%. 100%. This is going to be a stream where we do pick on people. And we are going to pick on people. So let's pick on everybody for what they deserve to be picked on. Because everyone deserves to be picked on in some regard. Let's start with management, Inzaghi and Marotta. Now, Inzaghi is probably the least to blame. But someone or some people in that board or in that management kept telling him to go for it. Kept telling him to go for everything. Kept saying, we got to go for the treble. Otherwise, why the hell would he front up to the camera doing this? What a fucking idiot. What a way to play all your cards. You get dealt hands in Texas Hold'em, and on the first round, after the flop, someone comes around to you and goes, oh, no, actually, I'm going to wait until the river. I'm going to wait until the last round because I might have something here. Oh, yeah? All right, no worries, bro. Unfucking believable. Man, there's going to be a lot of people that enjoy watching this stream that don't support Inter. And you know what? So be it. It's their turn. I'm happy to get bantered. I'm happy to get laughed at today. You need to cop it on your chin. Because when you have a season the way we have and come back empty-handed, you look stupid. You look intellectually inferior. You have let the worst Milan team since their banter era have a better season than you. And they have had a better season than us. Because in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years' time, you can't look back and tell your kids or tell your nephew or tell your mates, bro, Inter under Inzaghi, best Italian team I've seen in a while, yeah? Oh, yeah, that same fucking Italian team that lost the Supercoppa to Milan, the one that surrendered a Scudetto, the one that only won one title in the 4 years. Not good enough. We didn't look like we tried against Milan. We didn't look like we tried against Bologna. And we didn't look like we tried tonight. This team has 100% tunnel vision for the fucking Champions League. And that really pisses me off because Lamine Yamal is going to wipe his asshole with Federico Di Marco. And Federico Di Marco can keep looking like he's the most depressed person in Milan. Sometimes having players that are genuine fans of your club, double-edged sword. Gabe says ref was shit. Yeah, the ref was shit, but so were we. But Inter's performance was worse. To be honest, in the span of 3 games, Inter has just thrown away the season. Correct. First time Inter has lost 3 in a row since 2017. Backs against the wall against Barca. Bro, we're conceding 4 against Barca. 4 minimum. What's going on, Gio? It's good to see you, bro. Check out his channel as well, Juve Cornercast. He does good shit. Well, Ant, you were spot on about Inter, but not a lot of Interisti listened. It's just fucking modern day internet ego, bro. That's all it is. Every fan only cares about looking superior on the internet. That's all it is. And they will take a temporary day of victory and trade it for long-term shame and guilt. They will take short-term clout for long-term pain. It is the opposite to what I believe in. The complete opposite to what I believe in. I believe that you sing and you cheer at the top when you are victorious, and you stay humble and you look for growth when you are on the climb. I am not interested in week-by-week trophies. I am not interested in week-by-week accolades. It makes me sick when I think about how long a season is and how many times fans get on their high horse throughout a season when shit is not done. You never, ever celebrate before a job is done in any industry in the world. The guys have got nothing to lose. It's looking like 0 titles as Barca are heavy favorites. Maybe Inter can pull off a miracle. Barca are going into this match physically depleted because of the 120 minutes, but mentally superior. Yeah? There are levels to going into this game on Wednesday. One team just won the Copa del Rey and beat Real Madrid. The other team lost at home to Roma and surrendered the Scudetto. Who would you rather be going into this game? Who do you think's more confident? Who do you think's more up for it? We can say all season that, we're a different beast in the Champions League. You think that that's going to keep going? You think this Inter team's going to turn up against Barcelona? Mentally, we're fucked now. We know we're 1 game away from the season ending. And if that mentality creeps into the players, which it no doubt has, it's game over before it begins at the Camp Nou. These Champions League finals and semi-final merchants get on my nerves, but we earn so much money. Nobody cares. Football is all about the trophies. I don't care about any financial trophies, man. I don't care about our finances. I don't care that we've had a profitable year. Because are we going to use that money to what's it called? Carry on next season? Probably not. Probably not. I know some people are saying that it's going to be a big market. I'm a seeing is believing sort of person, Mattia. I will believe that this team can be champions when the math says so. I believe that this team can sign good players again when I see them holding up the shirt. The amount of what-ifs and loopholes in today's game is sickening. Forza Inter no matter what. Of course, but fuck them. We can still be angry at the end of the day. We can still be angry. To get treated like this is not good. Big up, Omar. Thanks for coming in, cuz. Big bottlers safe. Big bottlers. What's going on, Rino? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for always being respectful. Thanks for tolerating me and my mood swings as well. Ciao, Ant. Good to see you, bro. When we faced you guys in the second leg of the Coppa Italia midweek, I thought Lautaro was going to step up and produce, but he didn't show up. What do you want me to say, bro? If I badmouth Lautaro, I'll get a fucking axe thrown at me by my own fan base. And that's just the facts. He has been good this season. But, yeah. Oh, look, Mo's here. Fantastic. I'll have to fix up the fucking thing on this. Just let me have my rant for a sec, bro. Let me have my rant for a sec. You've probably been ranting for 20 hours on multiple channels. Let me get this off my fucking chest. These this team to carry through Serie A this season, dropping the points in the months that didn't need to be dropped points, that's where you lose a fucking league. You don't lose leagues in March and April when you are this version of Inter. You are meant to tuck your objectives away. You are meant to seal the deal and then focus on the bigger and better things after that. I guarantee you right now, every Inter player that won a treble in 2010 has been mocking us behind the scenes this season, going, this group has not got it. They do not have it. They do not have a fraction of what we had. And now it shows. Now it shows. You're going to get to the end of the season with the worst Milan team since their banter era, and their data will reflect a better season. Now I'm sort of done. Now I'll bring Mo in. Fuck me dead. What a bunch of fucking bottle jobs, bro. Fucking hell, cuz.
I saw you online, bro.
No, I'm happy you're here. Trust me, I'm happy you're here because my chest already hurts, bro. I've spent, what time is it now? 10:30. I've spent the last 4 hours yelling at different things in my life. Go for it.
I'm like, listen, I did a watch along for the team. Mattia was there. He joined me halfway through. We spoke. He's more calm than me. And I told you live, and I'm like, I'm tired of speaking to other fans, to be honest with you. All I have to say is that for the first time, you know me, I'm an angry Inter fan. For the first time in years, I am more sad than angry. I saw this game and I was so sad than actually being angry. I do the rants, I do the things, I do all the stuff that people, oh, you're a negative fan and all the stuff. But today, and ask Mattia in the chat and ask the people that watch me, at the end, I felt depleted more than angry. I know you feel angry. I saw your messages. I texted you after, and I saw your messages in the group, the Inter Worldwide group as well. And I saw that you're more angry than me. More sad, to be honest, that we're here. I'm more sad that we're here because the problem with me is that I see the Inter fans and I see the excuses. And I am in a group with Inter fans on Twitter. And the majority of them, after this loss today, and after the loss of Milan, we're blaming fatigue. We're blaming like people are tired, and we're blaming all of these stuff. However, I completely disagree with all of them. Yes, Antonio Conte has one game a week and everything, but we have a deep enough squad. I'm not saying to win the Champions League or compete or win the Premier League or something, but at least to put in a fight. And the problem that I saw today from the players, what made me so sad, is that I didn't see the fight. I didn't see someone running towards the ball. I didn't see. I saw there was a couple of passes.
There was one, and he turns 38 years old this year.
Yeah, Acerbi was the only one that was trying at the end. But I saw a couple of passes in the middle, and I saw Barella not running towards it. I saw not running towards. I saw Fratesi running away from the ball. He completed like 9 passes in this game.
Yeah.
9 passes in this game. And I was watching this and I'm like, what? I saw Di Marco not trying. And by the way, I said something in the first half on the watch along, and you can't tell me that these players are fatigued in minute 25 in the first half. You get fatigued in minute 80, 70. These are professional football players. You cannot be fatigued in minute 25. You're a professional football player. You're not fatigued at the time. You should desire, to be honest. And for the people that give excuses to this team and this manager and this club that we don't have finances, with all due respect, Napoli signed Billy Gilmore and McTominay. They lost Kvaratskhelia halfway through the season. They're playing with Politano. We got past Politano in 2020.
Remember the banter when McTominay signed for Napoli? Even their own fans started a petition on Twitter to go and sign Amrabat instead. My God, the banter does not stop.
Bro, Politano played for us in 2019. It's 2025 and Politano is about to win the league.
He's second league. He's second league.
Right? Like, with all due respect to the people that say we don't have depth, no, you have depth better than Napoli. And you have way more depth. We literally have 3 left wing backs. 3. out there. One of them can play both sides that we signed in January. We have 5 strikers, for fuck's sake. It is not my fucking problem that Korea is still there. It is not my problem that Arnautovic is there. That is not a fan's problem. By the way, we are football fans. Don't treat me as an owner. There are millionaires that own this club. There are people that get paid millions of dollars and millions of euros to run this club. I don't get paid millions. I get my blood pressure high from this club. Don't tell me that feel sorry for Marotta and Inzaghi. Inzaghi makes money. Lautaro is the highest paid player at the club. You know since when? Since the treble season. We never paid a player that much money. Only Lukaku got paid and he delivered the league title. And we sold him for 100 million. No one from the Inter fans should give excuses. 1 league title in 4 years for the best team in Italy during these 4 years is unacceptable. I don't give a fuck about Frattesi not good enough. They paid 30 million for him, not me. I didn't choose Frattesi. I didn't scout Frattesi, bro. Mo didn't go to Sassuolo and saw Frattesi play and say, pay 30 million. You signed him. You chose to renew Mkhitaryan's contract. You chose to get Arnautovic. You chose to keep Korea. You chose these people. You chose to get Acerbi, 38 years old. Hats off to him for playing football. You chose them. It's not me. That's not me. For the last 4 years, you keep selling our best players for money. No, it's not my fucking problem. I'm a fan. I supported this club for 27 years. I deserve these players to die on the pitch. I want the player to be cramping on the pitch before they show fatigue. If you cramp, I know you're tired. I played fucking football. I've seen people run until they cramp. Run until they cramp. Not run until they put their hands in 25 minutes on their knees, bro. It's a failure. It's a bottle job. Napoli have shit center backs. Buongiorno and who?
Buongiorno,
left back.
Buongiorno's their best one, and he spent 8 weeks on the sideline, I think. 8 whole weeks on the sideline, maybe even more, maybe 10.
I bet you they have a goalkeeper that the rest of the world don't know his name.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the goalkeeper of Napoli. Everybody knows Zomer, though. Everyone knows Jon Zomer.
There's one name everybody knows at Napoli, and it was the only relevant name this season. And I really don't care how many fans keep saying it's got nothing to do with Conte and everything to do with us. All of these variables make sense. Otherwise, we'd be dropping these points and still looking behind our shoulder going, thank fuck we don't have any challenges this time around. We would not be the first team to win a Scudetto by having a bad season. Our biggest rivals won 3 or 4 of them, primarily for the fact that they were going through an era where their fucking nearest competitor was a Maurizio Sarri Napoli side. We should have walked this league this season. Yeah, I agree that we've got a fixture list congestion that makes it difficult, but we know this. We know that things aren't going to get easier in March, April, and May if you go deep in Europe. We were not prepared for this.
It is not my fault.
We acted like we were prepared for this, but we were never prepared.
It's not my fault that Inzaghi chose Darmian every week instead of Zwoleski right side. It is not my fault that Darmian is being run to the ground. He's not good for Inter.
I don't really think it's Inzaghi's fault either. Not primarily his fault. I believe he's a symptom of the problem, and maybe he needs to be a little bit more of a C word. We need to stop being good guys, bro, because we don't tank shit. Gasperini would tank the Super Coppa and the Coppa tomorrow if it meant just making top 4. He sees the bigger deal. We did not see the big deal this season, man. We arrogantly thought that we could go and win on all fronts. And that Coppa Italia right now looks like the biggest mistake we've ever seen.
And to be honest with you, I'm going to start on a couple of things. There are 2 players today that they need to hold the most scorn and the most criticism today. It's the captain and the vice captain of this football club. Barella and Lautaro Martinez. I know that people say Lautaro. Why is Barella not completing 5 yards passes anymore? It's not fatigue, by the way. It's mental fatigue, as someone is saying in the
Yes,
chat.
it's mental fatigue. It's mental fatigue of having to carry some of the bums in this team, the way that Barella, Bastoni, and even Tordo to a degree have. You said it yourself. We've got no strikers. And this whole season, Mo, we've had one. We've had one striker for periods of time. We had Thuram up until Christmas. We've had Lautaro up until today. Nobody else. We have had one striker.
Arnautovic stepped time a couple of times, but
correct,
that's
correct. But
I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you.
Even to ask Arnautovic to contribute this point is like doubling down on your own fuck ups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, today I'm looking at my captain Lautaro Martinez. Pick up the team, do something different. You get paid, Barella. You get paid a lot of money, Barella. You're the superstar of this team. Do something different. Like, I hold you. With all due respect, I don't hold Lautaro to the same standards as Arnautovic. Lautaro is much higher. Why? Because you're the captain. You're in your prime. Barella, you're in your prime. Show me something different. Can shoot. Fratesi is dead. Fratesi is so fucking dead. It's unfucking believable that
how does he even claim to be a midfielder? You're not a midfielder, bro. I've never seen a midfielder
bro,
not midfield
nothing.
the way he has.
He's nothing, bro. He's nothing. Doesn't pass, doesn't cross, doesn't shoot. Only does like late runs to the 18. I don't know if anybody fucking does late runs to the 18. Anyone. Oh, Basic fell off a cliff. Why? Fell off a cliff. Basic, why? Why? I'm asking the managers. He doesn't play every game though. Why did he fall off a cliff? Why is Basic went from the one that people were saying, for people who are saying we're going to pay 50 in the Prem, because I know I do a lot of shows with the Prem people. 50 million for Basic. Bring me Basic. Chelsea wanted Basic. Why did he fall off like this? What happened? Why is DeMarco can't run anymore? Is that how it is, bro? Why? DeMarco's been injured. DeMarco hasn't played every minute. He's been rotating with Carlos Augusto for the season. Why he can't run? Why? Why he can't run? It doesn't make any sense. And Inzaghi, tactically today, why couldn't you make anything different earlier? Why Korea in the 80th minute? Why not Korea in the 60th minute? Why? What are you waiting for? You're about to lose the league, bro. You're about to lose the league, Inzaghi. By the way, I'm going to say it on Inter Worldwide here, like and subscribe. No one, for me, has any sentiment more than Inter. The only player that maybe came close is Javier Zanetti. The only player. Nobody is bigger than Inter. Nobody's bigger than criticism. Inzaghi, today you bottled it. You didn't change that. You knew that your players are tired. If they were tired, change the tactics. Cross from far. Put Korea. Put Acerbi up top. Change it. Put Basic up top. Bro, Harry Maguire played a striker for Man United the other day against Lyon. I'm sorry. Man United were about to crash out. Amarim had the ball, so put Maguire up top. Put fucking Acerbi and Basic up top. Cross from halfway line. A lot of teams do it. Why not? Why not go 4 in the back? Why keep 3 at the back at the last minute? Who gives a fuck if it's 1-0 or 2-0? Do you think a point will save your season? You think a point will save your season? Go. 1-0, 2-0. Who gives a fuck? There's no goal difference in this league.
No. We know that very, very clearly now.
It doesn't matter. 1-2-0, 5-0. Who cares? Score a goal. Today, I felt so sad, bro. I felt so sad. And
I understand.
I'm telling you, I don't think this team can win. I'm going to say this again. It is not Lautaro who's holding us back, but having no pace up top with the way we play football and no strength is not working. After Lukaku, it's not working. Football is not like before. Pace and power is important. That's why when Marcus Thuram plays, and I kept saying it today on the watch along, and Matthias knows that, Roma were so brave to the point that they were leaving 2-on-2 at the back against Arnautovic and Lautaro because they know they can't hurt them. And they were pushing forward trying to press us. And this is why I said they can never do this against Thuram because they know they'll get punished. You remember Lukaku? Everyone that left 2-on-2 when Lukaku was there, they got hurt.
Brother, even this time last season, do people forget we were down 1-0 to Roma in Rome, I believe, or down 2-1. And in the second half, Marcus Thuram scored 2 goals in 9 minutes. And he had 2 men marking him for both goals. Both goals, cuz.
And I said that, and people say, no, you're doing Lautaro disservice. Lautaro is a complementary striker. He needs someone who's big. He needs someone who's quick. That's why he feeds off him. He fed off Lukaku, we won the league. He fed off Thuram last year, we won the league. Yeah. It's simple. If we are relying on one big and quick striker for whole the season, if he gets injured, we're done. That's poor planning from the management. And by the way, don't tell me we don't have money. Thuram was fucking free. Free. For fuck's sake. Free. You could have signed someone else. There are strikers that are free in the market that can give you the pace and power.
Yeah. I know.
I can give you the pace and power. It's absolutely nuts. I'm watching this and I am so sad and so upset. And I just don't understand how we're sitting here doing this shit. It is ridiculous.
I wanted to ask you something. I wanted to ask you something before we keep going. Be honest with me. Where do you see us finishing the season? And then what I'll do is I'll bring my friend Rino in to have a chat with me as well. Where do you see the Champions League going, bro? Is there still a part of you that thinks, in typical Inter fashion, we're going to go to the Camp Nou and come away with a draw or a 1-goal defeat? Are we going to stay in this Champions League tie until the last minute at the San Siro, or are we going to hand it on over on a silver plate as well?
No, we're going to stay in this tie. We're gonna stay in this tie. We're not.
Give me a favor, sorry, because I'm just gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna go to the bathroom now to give myself 1 minute. Tell the people watching what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I actually think that we're gonna stay till the end, people. I don't think we're gonna get smashed, as people say. I don't think we're gonna lose this Champions League tie easily. I think we might win it. Actually, I think still it's a 50-50. I think we are a different animal in the Champions League this season because we don't play the brand of football that Inzaghi plays in Serie A. I keep telling people, we actually, in the Champions League, the lowest position-based team that is left in this competition, but we are the highest position-based team in Italy in Serie A. We're a bipolar team. We can do it both. But the problem is we don't have pace and power, and we need pace and power to lure teams in and then hurt them. I hope if we have any speed against Barcelona's high line, we can absolutely do it. But it is not going to be easy. It is not going to be straightforward. But we need to defend like motherfuckers. We need to absolutely defend like motherfuckers. We need to absolutely do everything in our power to come back with a draw from the Camp Nou and take it to our ground. We'll see, to be honest. Like people say the front three are fired now, as Lewis is saying. Well, Lewandowski's injured. Lamine Yamal and Rafinha literally dropped stinkers in the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. And I think with Bastoni, we can stop them. But I think we can come back with a draw. If we have Thuram, I think we can win. He's confirmed. Okay, he's not confirmed he's out. They said that he started jogging yesterday. That means he has 4 days to recover. If he's I don't know if he's going to be back or not. But they say, the news is saying he has no pain. That's why he's jogging. He needs to get back to fitness. Even if we get Marcus Thuram for like 30 minutes at the end of the game, I think if we keep it at 0-0, Barcelona are going to push high. We need the pace of Thuram. I believe we need Carlos Augusto instead of DeMarco because he can defend. We definitely need Carlos Augusto. I don't want to see DeMarco start in this game. I don't want to see Darmian either. By the way, I don't want to see Darmian play. I don't know who plays there. Maybe Bisek. Play Bisek right wing back if Pavard is fit. But Darmian is too slow to play against Rafinha. I hope that Inzaghi sees what we're saying. Because we literally, I think Nima said that on a space. He said that we're going to be scored on if DeMarco plays in the San Siro against Bayern Munich. Literally happened because of DeMarco. He stands off players. He doesn't go. He doesn't challenge. He doesn't tackle. He doesn't stop the opposition because he's too scared to defend because he's not a defender. That's why he's a wing back, not a full back. But we're going to stay in the competition. I'm going to leave you with your friend. Right now, I'm gonna go. It's 4 in the morning, and
You took a lot of heat and pressure off me. Thank you for that. You allowed me to just
yeah,
regulate a little
I
bit.
just wanted to talk a little bit because I'm tired of talking to Premier League, man.
Big up for your 31K. Go and follow Judge Mo, our brother, our homegrown brother, absolutely killing it and
Thank you so much, Habib.
telling everybody in the Premier League world exactly how it is. All right. I'll speak to you soon.
Appreciate it. See you, bro.
Yeah. Ciao, ciao. Well, from one very upset person to one very happy person. ¿Cómo está, amigo? How are you?
Not too bad. How are you? Can you guys hear me? I'm using my
yeah.
headphones because, yeah.
Yeah, all good. Apart from Inter, no complaints. Family is healthy, dog is healthy, everything's fine. But you can always count on culture to ruin your mood a little bit.
I understand. That's why I was waiting to text you because you say I always text you when you introduce you. So, but I thought to join. I would like to talk with Mo, but he's out. But I try to keep it cool, simple. You know, I respect you, Anthony, whatsoever. But I've been hearing a lot of crap from my other Interisti. But I said my piece on my video, nice and calm and sweet. So it is what it is, man. Like today, I watched the game. Yes, I did not go to work because I was mezzo-ubriaco yesterday. And I had an opportunity to watch it. It was 6 a.m. And I just can't believe, with the Inter, how they were playing. Like, it was ridiculous. Now, people can find an excuse because you know what happened yesterday with the Pope. They had to change it game for today. I was against it too. Me, a bunch of Juventini said the same thing, even in Italy. It's not like people know I don't like him to whatsoever, but we got to be honest. The FAGG somehow had to fix this, but that's not the excuse because you was with Bologna. Then a Milan that hasn't been playing well for the 5th time this year. And now with Roma. How are you guys going to present that Barcelona? Like, with all due respect, yesterday Barcelona, they dominated the game against Real Madrid. So, you know, it's...
I want to give a little credit to Roma because at the end of the day, I think they're 18 games unbeaten now. They've actually got the best form in Europe, not even Italy. So, and once again, this goes back to us not looking at the calendar, not looking behind us and thinking where are these points going to get dropped? And a lot of the fans throughout the season think that we're negative when you drop points to Parma or when you lead 4-2 to Juve and you score 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. I go, Mitsika, are you guys looking at the end of the calendar at the end of the year? If you're not 3 points or 5 points ahead of Conte in April, he's just going to zip straight past you.
We can never underestimate Conte. And, you know, you're saying about the fans. That's why I tag you guys on my show because I had Interisti bugging me. Oh, you should respect Inter. I was minding my own business. After the final game, my buddy's messaging me saying that you have to respect Inter, this whatsoever. Then karma hits them. You lose to Bologna. Then you lose to Milan. And now with Roma. Allora, guys need to calm down because your biggest mistake, Anthony, you guys should have bought somebody in January.
We know. But with what money? Like even like all the Italian clubs, you got Napoli sold Crava for 80 million and didn't spend at all.
No, that's what I said in my video. It's not just Inter, even on our end, because we have Joe Nelko doesn't want to spend money, and we don't know if we're going to make top 4. There's a 50-50 chance. I'm still in a 50-50. I still say miracle even after today's win, because you know I'm brutally honest on my team. But guys, we need to calm down the brakes here, and we got to face reality. And it's going to happen, knock on wood on you guys, like what happened when you guys lost the Scudetto with Milan. So, I don't know. Like today, it was bad. I was watching, like, what the heck? These, like, a great team like Inter, they're performing well whatsoever, and then they just drop because they don't have the energy. Like, 3 competitions with this team, bro. Then Inzaghi does these mistakes. Then people are complaining about the call today of the Pique, which I saw CBS today, the lady that does the VAR call, they said it has to be checked. But, bro, there has been times you were kind of favored, and we all know.
I don't think it was a penalty. I think Bisek was leaning in and falling over before.
Well, I'm just saying what the lady was saying at CBS.
Maybe if Bisek was looking for the ball a little bit more than he was looking for the contact, he would have been in a better position to score the goal from that angle because he was very close to the goal at that angle. this has just been a compilation of different things. From the game today, it doesn't surprise me to see us with a lack of energy.
Yeah.
You know, it's a third loss in a row without scoring a goal.
Yeah.
I got to say one thing about our fans in the stadium. Sometimes they're a little bit too nice. And I'll tell you what I mean.
Okay, go ahead.
When we went out of the Coppa Italia, there were no whistles and no jeers, just applause and cheering while we clapped the fans. And then afterwards with Bologna, no jeers, no whistles, just clapping while we clapped the fans. Well, at some point in time, you need to look at the players and go, sorry, we can't fucking cheer for this. We can't cheer for this. No. You guys had it on a silver plate and now you've handed it over. And it's not a good look at the end of the day because, yeah, we all know this team had the squad to win in Serie A. Did they have the squad to win a treble? Fuck no. The answer is no times a million.
People were saying to me, oh, we're going to win the treble. And
that's fine for the fans to believe that because we're just fans that go to work. We're allowed to dream. We're allowed to believe whatever.
No, 100%.
It's not our job to work. But my beef, Rino, this is clearly an instruction that came from above Inzaghi to say, you're in everything, you go and you try and win everything. Because the whole we're going for everything, waving three fingers at the camera, when you're in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, and he did it on match day 31. Mate, you've still got 7 games in Italy to go. You've still got a Coppa Italia. You've still got a quarterfinal. Coaches like Mourinho would never do this. Never.
No.
No, because they've won it before. Even, and this is what I'm saying to a lot of our fans, don't compare a manager Inzaghi to a manager like Conte. We know Conte is pazzo up here. We know he's got screws loose. Have you heard Conte say once this season that he's trying to go for the league on camera? Have you seen him once look at the camera and go, we're good enough to win the league? No, he downplays it. But we both know when he goes into that dressing room and he closes the door, he's banging his own head against the wall going, Scudetto, 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 Scudetto. Nothing else will satisfy me. And if you are not behind this, fuck off in January. And that's how he gets the players behind him to buy into the mentality that, you know what, we might not be the best team in the world. We might not have the most money and we might not spend the most money and might not have the most players. But what we do have is a collective mentality that we know we can. And with me leading you, I will make you believe that you can. And that's where it's coming from now. Now they are running off sheer belief. And yes, they've got some physical fitness that we don't. But I'm telling you now.
They do. It's mentally and health.
Yeah, it's the belief that's getting them there over the line now. Not the physical side. That's just my opinion.
I don't know that you're brutally honest like me when it comes to our lovely teams whatsoever. But like I said my piece today. I did a nice video talk about Juventus, Milan, Napoli, Inter. But you know, when I try to give it to you guys, I have my reasons because even yesterday one of my buddies was like, "Oh, we don't care about the Coppa Italia Champions League." Yeah, what about today? What are you gonna say? I didn't bug nobody. I kept my mouth shut. If they want to comment, they can go on my channel, comment, we say our piece, and that's it. Because I don't know about you, Anthony. A lot of people think it's not a failure, but you think it's a failure if you guys don't win no trophies this year?
Of course it is. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, this is the best Italian football has looked in 5 years on the pitch."
No, I understand. I understand most of the fans, they're happy how they played whatsoever. But if there's 0 trophies in the mix, that's
Rino, I don't care about playing good if you don't win anything.
Oh, you think like me, bravo.
If you're 10, 15, 20 years time, what are you going to go look back in the history books that say Milan won the Coppa and the Super Coppa, ... Oh, but Inter played really well that year. Did you guys hear about it? I don't care, bro. I don't care.
No,
I care about winning when you deserve to win. I care about sustainability when you are building towards sustainability. Did I care that we didn't challenge for the league properly under Spalletti? No, we were never meant to do that. We did what we were meant to do. We made the top 4. We reached our objectives contextual to what we were capable of doing. Right now, our objectives were to win trophies, and we're not going to win any trophies this season. It is a massive failure.
Well, anything can happen. I can say the same thing about the Champions League spot, but as what I'm seeing right now on your end, I don't know. I think most likely after today, Napoli might win. In our end, like I said, it's a 50-50 chance. So for me,
Oh,
it's a
you mean like
miracle.
with top four? I think
It's a top four.
what I said this to my friend this morning, who's a Juve fan. Me and him, we don't banter though. We're very serious with each other,
No, it's like me and you, even though I
yeah,
give
like
you
a
a hard
sorry
time
for this morning.
sometimes. But
And I told him, I go, are you a little bit happy? And he goes, not really, because both of the teams who beat you are right up our ass in top four. And I go, yes,
Yeah.
of course. I'm sure if it was different teams that beat us, the rival fans would be out in full force. But you can only beat who's in front of you. And now the teams that are in front of Napoli are very weak. The only hope is Lecce, because they're the only team that has a little bit of grit at the bottom of the table that still want to survive. I think everybody else is finito for the season. They're all booking their vacations to Amalfi with their kids and family now.
Exactly. Such Bastoni.
Oh, 100%. No, Bastoni's got there's got two things to look forward to: his holiday and the Champions League. Because Bastoni and Barella and Lautaro, you can tell all they care about is the Champions League, and they'll learn a very hard lesson when they
but I don't know, man. This
No,
Barcelona.
exactly. They'll learn the same lesson that they learned 2 years ago, that it's a different gravy in the Champions League, and you just simply don't get there.
Well, I don't know if you watch La Copa del Rey, man. Barcelona, they can concede, but they can score like 5-6 goals, man. Yep. So I don't know. Yep. Towards you, I say good luck. Towards my other Interiste, I wish you guys. I know they gave me a hard time. That I'm not Italian, for Inter, but so I can't do it, man. My mother's a Milanista, and she said she's happy for the win of Coppa Italia, and she says she was happy to lose. Like, with all due respect, I can do it. I tried, but every time I talk well about Inter, nobody attacks me. The moment that I put some banter, they attack me. I get capsulated. Leave me alone. I'm minding my own business. You see my channel, bro. I know I gave you a hard time, but all in love. That's why I was waiting to text you, bro, these days. So, since you had a wife,
it is what it is, bro. There's no point having a channel and doing content if you're not going to be honest and face the music.
No, you gotta take the heat. Like I said today, if let's say you guys win the Scudetto, I'll still be doing the video. Period.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say grande Inter. I said kudos to you guys, and you guys deserve even though struggling. That's how I roll, bro. Now most people can't do that.
Bro, before I let you go and bring in Mattia, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on YouTube and just quickly type Rino's channel in the description of this video. Make sure you
thank you very much.
Sponsor with Rino Z. Always doing good content as well. Let me just make sure I
don't get mad if I attack you guys.
No, that's all right. Tell everybody who's watching where they can find you and what your channel is a little bit about, and I'll put the link in the description.
Okay. You guys can find me on YouTube, Culture with Rino. It said you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I talk about culture in general. Yes, it's more a purpose how I look about culture. I talk about Juve. There's times when in the rules, don't get mad, guys. I do banters because I have so much anti-Juventus on my end. They attack me with Inter, but I try to keep it cool. When there's credit, Anthony knows I give credit to them, to you guys. But you guys are more welcome to come. I might have some. I hope to have you, Anthony, on my channel. Maybe Pasquale might have him on. Hopefully, it's okay. And check it out. Then we'll have some fun, boys.
No worries, bro. Thanks for coming through. Make sure you check out his channel and say hi to your wife for me, and all the best to you and your son.
Oh, thank you. Anthony says hi to you, and she says hi back. Beautiful. And I might do a live tomorrow, 11 p.m. Eastern time, 8 o'clock Pacific time. So if you guys want to check it out, Anthony, let me know if you're free. And so you're gonna have Mattia right now.
Yeah. Okay, my friend. I'll speak to you soon. Ciao, ciao, bro. I feel like we should just pause the live and just talk you and I for like 60 seconds. I don't care if I lose 60% of the fucking viewership, to be honest.
Why
are you wearing an Olympiacos shirt today as well? Are you just like doing delirium in your head? Anything?
I was wearing actually a shirt because I was working until 5 minutes ago. So I was teaching somebody a lesson. And
that
I
looks-
was wearing a professional shirt, but red goes with red, so that's why I was wearing a Olympiacos t-shirt under my working shirt.
Yeah. Your working shirt looks very air conditioner like as well. So well done for changing out of that.
Oh yeah, I don't want to see red and the black. No.
It's actually making me a little bit happier not seeing you in the same fit of rage that I am. But I think I share the thought of being more upset than angry. I just feel like this is the way I, as a person, show that I'm upset. I've never been good at impulse control when I'm angry. Like when I'm really upset, it does come out as anger as a defense mechanism, which I'm sure happens with a lot of people, a lot of men out there. But yeah, when I am very genuinely upset, I think I do mask it with a lot of aggression just to make me feel better.
Yeah, I was at this point where you are today and Mo is today. I was after the Bologna game. So that was my breaking point, boiling point. That's when I smashed the remote of my TV. That's when it's like, that's when I lost it. I lost it, totally lost it. And that's when I realized we're winning nothing. So that was after Bologna. I realized Milan is going to kick us out of Coppa. I realized we're not winning the Scudetto and we're not winning anything, basically. So
is it because you lost faith in the players being able to measure up to the level of last season, and you looked at the variables to come and go, okay, we clearly can't overachieve compared to last season. Where can we possibly underachieve? Because that's the way I did. When I started to lose hope with the drop points to Juve, to Milan, to Genoa, to Bologna, to the first one, because we dropped both games to Bologna this season, right? We definitely did.
First one was we were leading 2-1,
Yes.
and then it was 2-2 at home.
Yes.
And the second one we lost. Yeah. Bologna is our bogey team. Yeah.
Throughout this season, people like you and I, we had one eye on the football we were playing, one eye on the football to come. And with every dropped point, brought me closer to the fixture list, closer to the calendar. And I went, fuck, I haven't seen a run in this hard in years. Bologna, Roma, either side of Champions League fixtures, either side of a semi-final in the Coppa Italia, Lazio. And then I looked at Napoli's opponents, and like you, and a fair few other fans said, whether it was on YouTube or or Twitter, Inter need to be up by about 3 or 6 points going into April to win this title. We played with fire, and we got burnt big time. We got absolutely jacked, Mattia, the same way that you and I knew was a big possibility.
Yeah. Told you, bro. I can say that now. I can bring it back. It's, the first match day of the season, I said, guys, Conte is back in Serie A. We need to be careful. That guy is a Serie A merchant. And everybody was like, oh, Napoli is shit. Napoli is shit. He has a shit team. I'm not scared of Napoli. I'm not scared of Napoli. I'm scared of Conte. That's the difference. That's the difference. So, but yeah, McChicken burgers, La Caca, fat La Caca. No way, no way. Guys, it's Conte. It's not... Napoli finished 10 last year. No, I'm not talking about Napoli. I'm talking about Conte.
I said on Twitter, it's got nothing to do with the squad. It had everything to do with him thinking it's good enough. If Antonio Conte pointed outside to 11 broomsticks and said, I can win Serie A with that, I would believe him. And I would put my money on him making it work.
He let Kvaratskhelia go in the middle of the season. Yeah. And brought nobody instead. Kvaratskhelia is doing like crazy things. He's probably gonna win Champions League now. So
you want to know what's funny, bro? Like, remember, he bombed out of the Coppa Italia like 2 weeks before the January market as well. This is like the most calculated Conte season of all time. You can look at his titles with those guys, look at his title with us, look at his quarterfinal run with Graziano Pelle up front at Italy. They don't even scratch the surface to the fucking masterpiece that he has just pulled off. This is his statue of David, bro. It's his double rainbow, and he will take it to the grave and the bank. And you know what's going to happen after this season, Mattia? He is going to leave. He is going to leave Napoli with another Scudetto, and he will go and take a nice 6-month holiday with his family. Wait until Juve get to their bottom of the barrel crisis point next season, and then he will come and rescue them from the ashes.
Probably, but I don't care. You know, people can say I'm a Conte fanboy. I don't care, you know, about Conte. I just recognize his quality as a Serie A coach. And when everybody was saying he's a coward, he's a shit coach when he bombed out of Coppa early, like you said last year, I said, no, this is calculated. This is smart. But no, people said he's shit, he's a coward. You can call him whatever you want, but he will win 3 different Scudettos with 3 different teams, which is nobody, a coach. So nobody ever done that before. No other coach done that before. Win the Scudetto with 3 different teams. So that's it. No Juve fan, enthusiast, we don't believe that Napoli will drop points.
No,
even if they do, we will drop even more. We play Lazio and others, so we are in a free downfall situation. So it's over.
I think we're a lot closer to being leapfrogged by Atalanta than we are to winning this back again, Juve enthusiast, because I do believe that Atalanta can gain 6 points on us between now and the end of the season. Doesn't make a difference between second and third for me, but thank you for coming through. I always appreciate when rival fans come through respectfully. I wanted to, go on, Mattia.
Yeah, Atalanta drew with Lecce today, so yeah, Atalanta is also in a shitter, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. You know, the fact is we bombed another Scudetto, so that's what matters. And
go on.
No,
go on, go please.
I'm just I wanted to touch upon something else, but if you wanted to stay on this topic,
no, please go. I'm just waffling at this point, man. My thoughts are just all over the place.
So for me, I have been clear last season and this season as well that Serie A should be the priority, and I've been clowned by many for saying that. And I remember even last season, people were like, oh, we dropped against Atletico. This is a shit season. I'm like, okay, we won the second star. That's a shit season. Okay, but now, we got to the semi-final of Champions League. Now it's not a shit season with 0 titoli. Make it make sense, guys.
Make it make sense, please. You either want to win or you don't. It's as simple as that.
I'm a bit, confused about this, and I hate these Champions League semi-final and final merchants that say, but we have the European recognition now, and we have the money. That's the most important thing now. That's the money. I don't care. I'm a fan. I don't give a shit about money. It's not my problem. Like, you play to win trophies. Even if it's a shitty Super Coppa, you play to win the trophies. And why should we be satisfied with a semi-final or a final of a Champions League if it's not a trophy? Why? Like, for me, and that was actually, this is something that I just remembered, those were the red flags at the beginning of the season, when our players said, I would rather have another Champions League final, not trophy, final, than a Serie A title. That's the first red flag that we all missed. And I was like, what? Are you insane? Champions League, so you would rather win nothing than Serie A? And this is obviously, they were right. They don't care to win another Serie A. For them, I guess it's not important. We could have won with Conte Scudetto. We could have and should have won 5 in a row now, if we're honest. We should have won 5 in a row. But, you know, some fans say, but only Juve does that. You know, we don't really do that throughout history. So I should be satisfied? So what? So we shouldn't be like them? Or we shouldn't aspire to be like that? Oh, you know, in Serie A, teams usually don't dominate. Well, I want to dominate. I have the best team, and that team is able to dominate. So I want to do that. But no, you know, that doesn't happen. I don't get these fans, really. I don't understand it. So, zero titoli is better than, you know, something semi-final, or I don't know, X amount of millions that you get. So that's my pet peeve currently, you know. When I said a couple of weeks ago, I told you even in our private conversations, I don't give a shit if we pass Bayern if we don't win the Scudetto.
This is what you and I meant. This is what you and I meant by saying, hey, man, because Mattia and I were saying this, guys. Maybe you guys won't like hearing this, but the day before, Mattia and I were vocally more than okay with going out to Bayern for reasons like this. Had we gone out to Bayern, it would have sent a rocket up the team's ass, where they know Bologna is life and death, Milan is life and death, Roma is life and death. Not an inconvenient fixture in between Bayern and Barcelona, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It's very sad to talk about our professionals that we look up to like this.
It's, you know, Tim, we maybe can revamp, but we don't know if this ownership wants to revamp. We don't know what Oak Tree wants to do with that money. Maybe they don't want to invest. Look at our first mercato under Oak Tree. We did nothing. We bought a backup goalkeeper and a kid who we loaned out. And that's directly what caused the meltdown now, because we don't have strikers, we don't have wingers, we don't have substitutes. So hoping that this money may or something do for us, I don't give, you know, that's nothing. That's just a pure hope based on nothing. Oak Tree hasn't shown me that, oh yeah, you go deep in the Champions League and we will get you a super squad. I haven't heard that anybody say that. So for me, that means nothing. Only the trophy. And I feel like it shouldn't be even mentioned. Like, we play to win trophies, but some fans like, no, go deep in every competition. You're just a loser. It's just, if you're number 2, you're still a loser. I don't get this mentality. Like, oh, it's good to go. Like, no, it's about trophies, guys. You were so pissed at us for being pissed about Supercoppa. Yeah, okay, it's the smallest trophy, but it's still a trophy, and it still leads you towards, it puts you on a trajectory, you know, and it's still a trophy. And like you said, in 10 years, when you look at Wikipedia, you will see how many of each trophies each club has. Not if you went into semi-final or final, or if you challenged until the end or not.
Yeah. You took the words out of my mouth, man. I have nothing more to add in the situation in general. I don't even think it's worth going through the game today. You know, Roma did
this
everything
was
from a tactical perspective.
Listen,
yeah,
this was our worst game of the season. A game where you fight for the Scudetto is the worst game of your season. That shows everything you need to know. And Selim, I don't agree, Inzaghi out. It's not on Inzaghi. It's on the owners who didn't support him in the Mercato.
He's too nice of a guy. He hasn't got the balls and the cojones to walk up to them and go like a Conte would or a Gasperini would and go, oi, I'm winning nothing with this squad this season. And you know what? You want to test me? I'll tank and embarrass the club in the process as well. Set me up for success, or deal with the failure in 9 months. It's up to you guys. At the end of the day, I'm just an employee. This ain't my club. Sometimes you need to be like that. No matter what job it is, you cannot just surrender yourself.
Exactly. He does what he can with the squad that he has. I can't, put everything on him, and I don't want to say, yes, under him we bombed too many Scudettis, but yeah, it's still, I wouldn't say it's more on the players than on him himself. And for me, Coppa Italia, like, we should have been out last year out of that. Maybe that's where if I can fault Inzaghi for something, it's Coppa Italia. He loves that competition so much for some reason, and I don't get it, but it's the downfall. It's really added to our downfall this season. I was so vocal even before Lazio. Get out, play Primavera, get out. We didn't, and we got 2 extra derbies. And you can't play a derby like you don't care. We don't care about Coppa, but we care about the derby. And we had 5 this season. Thank God I'm gonna do this like people in Serbia do. Thank God that Feyenoord beat Milan in the Champions League. Thank God for that. Otherwise, we would look at 7 embarrassments. 7 against this shittiest air conditioner in the last 10 years. If they were like, thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you, Rosemary, for putting a smile on my face. You really don't need to be donating every second time you come through here, but thank you so much. We appreciate it. And
thank you for bringing a bit of positivity. Yeah. Yeah,
everyone's just hanging on to the fact that we don't go to Barcelona and shit the bed now.
Yeah, I have really, even for today, I can't really say anything bad about Acerbi. I just wish that he was 10 years younger.
Yeah,
I just 100%. Wish that he was younger. He's such an anchor and a professional, and yeah, I really wish that he wasn't so old. So yeah, I still respect him a lot, but I just lost my train of thought. So yeah, you added 2 extra unnecessary derbies that basically killed you completely, and you got beaten 3-0 before the most important game in the league. And it's just, whoever told Inzaghi to go for all competitions, I want to kill that person because it's their fault we're going home or staying home with nothing. And yeah, and I can understand anybody who thinks, oh, some fans actually say this is one of the best seasons in the last 15 years. So okay, I mean, in our banter era, we also didn't win any trophies, so I guess it's okay, if it's better than banter years, because we have some recognition in Europe, because we're the only Italian club still in Europe, in the Champions League. That's all fine, but I don't think we have a chance, but we are not winning the Champions League. So it's like I'm after Bologna, I'm totally convinced about Zero Titoli, but I watched the final. Did you watch the final of Coppa del Rey yesterday?
I did manage to watch pretty much. I woke up thinking I was late because I woke up in the 41st minute, but there was something in the back of my head that said this is probably going to go for another 90 minutes anyway, and it did. The thing about these Barcelona and Madrid players, even when they look tired, they fucking move quick. They still move quick. Like you look at Inter and how we look when we're fatigued versus the way Barca look when they're fatigued, and I look at it and I go, it's still day and night.
Age is the factor. Nobody beats the father time. So yeah, Barcelona also has a difficult schedule. True. They also have tired team. Lewandowski is injured. Yeah, but, and there's a big but, they have such a young and fast team. They will heal so much faster, and they're gonna run circles around us, I feel.
Yeah,
So
bro. I'm pretty much done. I've got a few things I need to go off and do now. So unless you've got unless you've got something else you want to add, let me just take a quick look at the fixtures coming up so that I can see when the next dose of pain is. I believe Barcelona on Wednesday, Thursday my time. So I get a little bit of extra time there. 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we are at home to Verona on the weekend on Sunday. But I speak for most, if not all, when I say that Inter and their players have given up domestically. And it's quite likely that you see shit performances against Verona, a shitter one against Torino, and the shittest ones against Lazio and Como when we seriously have surrendered the lot. Mattia.
Yeah.
Yep. Go on.
I just remembered, like, some people told me, like, well, the players want to win the Champions League. Who are we to not support them? Well, if it means zero titoli, then I'm not going to support them. I'm sorry. So that's just...
Yeah, I would have to agree there.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody that came through today. We had a high of 42. Thank you to the channel members. Thank you to Rosemary as well. And thank you, of course, to Mattia. Stick around because I'm not going anywhere, and it's just pain from now till the end of the season, which we are used to.
This is not an easy love. This is a painful love, and most of the times it's super painful. So that's why we cherish, the good things that come, like the second star last year. So it is what it is. We are used to it. We go on, and thank you, Anthony, for having this great live, and the other guests before me. And for the member videos, guys, become members if you want to see some good, awesome videos. And see you next time.
See you next time, guys. From all of us here at Inter Worldwide, Forza Inter, Forza